Hello and welcome. My name is Dimple Thakrar and I am a member of the British Dietetic Association. I've been a dietitian now and a member of the association for over 20 years. And today what I'd like to talk to you about is mindful eating. Mindful eating is a practice that I have been using for some time now, and what I'd like to do today is explain to you what exactly it is. So let's start with that. What is mindful eating? Mindful eating is about raising your awareness to what you're actually eating. Okay, so there are simple techniques that we can use to do that, and one of those is something as simple as avoiding what I call distracted eating. So distracted eating is when you eat with a screen in front of you, for example. Now I used to say TV, but now I actually say screens because there are so many different screens around us these days. And so what I'm talking about is how many of you, and let's be honest, for example, at lunchtime, sit in front of our computers and have our lunch, or look at our phones while we're eating, or just quickly check emails, or go on Facebook and quickly check our Facebook notifications while we're eating. Okay, what happens there is when you're eating and distracted from the food, you're not noticing what you're eating. So how many times have you eaten the sandwich or eaten the 3 packets of biscuits or the sweets and not realised you've eaten them? Okay, so that's an example of how not to do mindful eating. So the mindful eating version of that would be to sit at a table, sit down and notice the food you're eating. First of all, look at it for a start. Start to think about how you're going to enjoy it. Notice the smells, the flavours, the colours, the textures. And all that does is raise your awareness to the fact that you're about to fuel your body and pay homage to the food you're putting in. Okay, so that's one technique that we can use around mindful eating. And now I hear you ask, well, what's the point? What's the point of doing that? The point of doing it is when you raise your awareness to what you're eating, what happens is you engage your body and you're less likely, firstly, you're going to notice what you're eating and you're going to enjoy it. And then secondly, you're less likely to overeat. And the reason for that is because number one, you're going to start paying attention to your body's signals. So when it's hungry. And number two, you're going to start paying attention to when you feel full. And that's really key because that's when you stop eating. And this is where mindful eating works amazingly. And another name for it is intuitive eating, where you engage in your body rather than the food dictating how and when and what you eat. Okay, so what does mindful eating do? Number one, it helps you notice what you're eating, so it raises your awareness. And by raising your awareness, it helps you to engage in what you're eating. And number three, it helps you to fuel your body to your body's needs. And in doing all these things, we actually end up being the shape, the size, the body, the mind, the soul that we should be. And so that's a short introduction to mindful eating. There is lots more about it, but that just gives you a little taster of what we're talking about, and hopefully raising your awareness to how dietitians who practice mindful eating can really help you have the most amazing relationship with food. Thank you so much for your time. Take care. Bye now.